I want to talk about some fast food drama. So, McDonald's recent decision to end its AI-powered drive-thru test.
Who'd have
That's
thought?
right. The Golden Arches tried to get AI to take orders, but it turns out these bots, excuse my dad joke, just don't have the special sauce.
Okay, that was bad.
For 2 years, they teamed up with IBM to make an AI drive-thru, and their accuracy rate for orders was in the low 80s. It wasn't 95%. It was in the very low 80s.
That's not
No,
good,
it's
right?
not good at all.
just as a metric, they can't be like, oh, wow, it was awesome. It was in the 80s. No. It was terrible. It was in the 80s. That means 20% of orders were wrong.
Okay.
I'm surprised it was that high, actually.
On top of this, it became a comedy TikTok show. People are making money off TikTok memes of this thing ordering the one famous one's she ordered a cup of water and some ice cream. And she got the water, she got some ice cream, but she also got some ketchup packets added to it, which is weird. Like, why did I get this? And then there's the famous one that everyone's seen where someone got thousands of dollars worth of McNuggets added to their order. At 210 orders of McNuggets, I would imagine if a human took that order and they were serious, they would have called the manager and he goes, dude, we don't have that many nuggets right now. So that you have to do that as a special order tomorrow.
Any human, no matter how stupid, would have questioned and been like, do you really mean 200 and something minutes? The AI is just like, okay.
You're really hungry.
Let's go. But McDonald's isn't alone. There's a lot of other companies doing this. Wendy's, Carl's Jr. be the other really famous ones that you've heard of around here. There's someone like Taco John's and some other places that are doing this. They're using a system called Presto. And Presto says that it'll save, get this, if you install the Presto system, it'll save you 1 FTE per year, and your orders could rise by 6% through constant upsells. And when I read this, I was like, did everyone remember George Carlin and his skit with McDonald's, where he ordered all this stuff? And the guy said, do you want an apple pie with that? And he goes, yeah, forget all that. Just give me one apple pie. And that's what the robot does. His constant upsell, and you're like, yeah, okay, I like, bro, slow your roll. I'm just trying to get dinner here. And so, despite these hiccups, they fired IBM. They're going to still look into AI. So here's my question: why did this flop? And should AI be able to do order taking? Shouldn't that be a base level of like a generative AI system? And do you have any challenges at drive-thrus to begin with? Do we really need a solution here? And even if we roll this out at every system, is this going to be a constant source of TikToks and memes?
Yeah, because it can only get 80% of the thing right. So the 20% is just a problem, right? The 20% wrong is bad. That's a high error rate for something that is seemingly simplistic. And you would think, I agree, you'd think an AI would probably do better at this. Here's the problem I have with the McDonald's one. The McDonald's one, I saw a bunch of TikToks on this. The McDonald's one, the problem with it is the implementation is bad. They've literally slapped a chatbot on the ordering system. Yeah. It's like they're taking the same menu and everything, and it's just like they've just slapped a chatbot on it. So what happens is people are there and they're trying to order stuff. And I saw some that was great because they're trying to order like a burger with like ketchup and like mustard only. And that threw it for a total loop. It's doing like ketchup and mustard on the side, and it's like making weird orders. And I saw somebody who was like, they ordered an ice cream, but it put bacon on it. Like, it literally ordered a side of bacon with ice cream. And she's like, no, I don't want that. And it's like, your total's going to be $587, drive around. It's like, she's like, I don't want that. So the implementation's terrible. I will say the Wendy's one is better because they've done they did something where they had, so it's an AI chatbot, but they also have like a visual side to it too, whereas you look at the screen and you would say, hey, I want to get a Frosty. And it would say, what size? And on the screen, it would show you the sizes. So it gave you like, almost like prompts.
Cues.
It prompted you back. Yeah. It prompted you back with information. So I think their success rate must be higher. The McDonald's one is just a free-for-all. You can literally go to the McDonald's one and ask it anything. Like, and it will say like, I can't do that or whatever. The Wendy's one I also saw was a little bit more intuitive. If you asked it like, hey, Wendy's bot, how you doing? It'll say, I'm good, thanks. How are you? What can I help you with? And it'll always come back to what can I help you with? The McDonald's one was just like, what can I add to your order? No matter what you said to it.
Right.
What can I
That's
add to
an
your order?
upsell.
And even if you say,
That's that 6%. There's the 6%.
It just bugged you into upselling you something. It's like, all right, I guess I'll take whatever. I'll take some McNuggets.
So do you?
Fine, stop asking me.
So Sarah, do you have challenges in ordering at drive-thrus? Do you and your husband fight about that? Is that a point of contention?
No, I think if I'm going through a drive-through, then I am like not with my husband. I'm like bringing something home or whatever. But to your first question, yeah, you would think that it would be better. Like the technology is somewhat there, and like 80%, that's bad. But from what we've seen from like Google and all this other stuff, like, okay, yeah, it gets it wrong a lot. So I can kind of see that, and maybe 80% is a little high for the accuracy rate. But like when I'm currently in a drive-through, like most of the places I go will have like the kid standing like outside because like the line's so long, because like I really only go to like Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out on drive-through. Like those are the only two drive-thrus I go to, and those lines are like ridiculously long. But I will say Chick-fil-A has like got it down to a science. I don't know if you've been through a Chick-fil-A drive-through.
Big in North Carolina.
That thing is efficient, right? And so I don't have any problems with ordering, but my favorite clip is from Wayne's World when he goes through the like donut shop drive-through, and he's like, I'll have like, and he says it like that, and then the drive-through person's like, okay, so that's like 2 jelly donuts, whatever. And Wayne is like, yeah, that was right.
But even though that's a thing and that's kind of a joke, that is almost possible with a person. A human can do it, right? A human can handle the edge cases. The AI cannot handle the edge cases. I guarantee you, a chunk of those 20% that it got wrong were people that came through and didn't say, I want a number 2. They said, I want to get that burger, but I don't want that sauce. I want the other sauce on it. And can you put like just half of the pickles on it? I don't want a lot of pickles. I just want one. And then the AI just has no idea what to do with that. But the human can handle that.
So as the dad that drove through 2 kids and a wife through drive-thrus a lot, we eventually had to get to the point like, what do you want? It can only be one of the numbers. I'm not putting all these special requests in. We're not getting them right. I'm not driving around, going back inside. You can pull the pickles off, because we go to Wendy's, Kelly would say, I want a junior bacon cheeseburger, a small fry, and a small Coke. I'm like, but that's a junior bacon thing. She says, no, that's fried medium. I want a small one. I'm like, well, can we just get the number 2 and just don't eat all the fries?
Don't eat all the fries. Exactly. You don't have to finish the drink and eat all the fries. It's fine. I'll pay the extra 25 cents.
Because she's never going to get it. Like, the order's messed up. And I can imagine that where everything's a special case, which is what people do at drive-thrus. My joke is like, what is this guy doing in front of me? Is he getting a car loan? I mean, how long does it take to order?
I'm always stuck on the guy ordering. Yeah, he's ordering like, you see, and you drive up and you see the menu. It's like $200 and something. I was like, dude, go inside.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Order for the entire soccer team in the drive-thru. So they'll never get those right. And what I'm surprised at, and I think people are figuring this out now, generative AI just isn't like what everyone thought it would be. You would think IBM, with all of their money, working with McDonald's, would have figured this out. Like, we've got to make this work. Instead, they get publicly fired, and so what do you do? Do you use the Presto system that Wendy's is using, or is OpenAI going to step up and Microsoft is working with Domino's now? So like, I don't know. Maybe we'll have them, but it doesn't seem like saving one person per year. How much does it cost to put these systems in?
Right.
Oh, it's got to be expensive.
You can't tell. I mean, I looked and I could not find.
Yeah.
I mean,
the other problem too is the background noise of a drive-through. Like, I mean, I've got like a court case going on the radio. Like I'm
playing
the Not Null podcast, of course. And then like you've got maybe kids, and like you've got like, if it's like McDonald's where there's like 2 lines, because I read that in one of the articles, is like they ordered 9 sweet teas or whatever because it picked up audio from the lane next to him, and it's the speaker system, the microphones are not good enough to like really hone in on like your voice. And then this also doesn't solve the problem when like I'm in the drive-thru and I've like got my son in there and I'm just like, hey, you tell them what you want. I'm not going to like relay what you want, you know? So then he's like talking over me into like, you know, it's just not going to pick it up right.
And we've seen the couple that argue everywhere in public all the time, you know, and you've seen them in drive-thrus or you're sitting behind them, you can hear them yelling at each other. I'm like, dude, just order the stuff. Like, like what?
Yeah, what would the AI make of that? You're right. Well, they're getting their order wrong, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Right.
It's just getting the order wrong.
You know, and they're screaming at each other, you know, and then they're screaming at the AI, and AI doesn't care. Anything else? Do you want apple pie?
It's always anything else.
Right?
Always. So I think the Presto system is better than obviously what McDonald's has. And I think if the McDonald's continue with this, I think they need to go to something like that, something more visual. But I also agree with you. I don't think it's a problem we even really need to solve. I think if you start looking at like, so if I go to McDonald's, which I don't go very often, but if I do, I use the app because it's just easy. I'll pre-order on the app. I'll get exactly what I want. It's right every single time. I drive up, I tell them, oh, my order code's Z77 or whatever. And my food's correct every single time I've used it. That's the way to do it.
That's the way Chick-fil-A is. Chick-fil-A has a great mobile app. You can order ahead of time.
Yeah.
They usually have 2 lines. You don't have to you get in a special faster line. You just scan and you're up the front.
Yeah.
And then they have like, I don't know, it's kind of funny. Like you're coming through the drive-thru in Chick-fil-A and they're almost too good. You know, you're like, okay, I got 8 people in here. All right, guys, what do you want? There's like 3 people out there like rolling your window down for you. Like, what do you want? Let's go. We're on the clock here, people. It's Chick-fil-A. We got to get this done. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, but I don't know if it's a problem that needs to be solved. I don't know how expensive these systems got to be expensive.
Yeah.
So if they're saying they'll save you 1 FTE and a McDonald's worker in the East Coast, what, $12 an hour, maybe? So I think does it cost less than $24,000? I doubt it.
Well, yeah, like you said, you can take out the FTE without even getting ChatGPT in. Like you've got the app like Chick-fil-A, you drive up, you scan your QR code, and then you keep going. You don't even have to have somebody there taking your order. Right. Like you've already done it on the app, and it's going to be exactly right because I put in exactly what I wanted, and I handed my phone to my son, and he put in his stuff, and I handed it to my daughter, and she put in her stuff. And then we just scan the code when we go through. Again, still eliminating an employee. I'm just scanning my code.
Five Guys here. I don't know if they have Five Guys in Utah, but Five Guys here is a burger place, and it's only mobile. Like I don't know if you've seen the one in Kernsville, Kevin. It's only there is no. You can't drive up and order. Like, and I thought that was weird at first, but then I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. I can order from my desk at work, drive over there, and go get it. You know,
Go get it.
And even if you do pull up there, they have parking spots that you pull over into to order while you're sat there. You do the same thing. You order on the app, and then it messages you when it's ready, and you pull up to the drive-thru and pick it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
that's the way to do it.
System I did see that was kind of cool. It's called Pipe Dream, and you can pull this up if you want to. And Wendy's is also testing this. A Pipe Dream will create tunnels underneath the store, and when you drive up with your mobile order, it delivers them right there to you. A little train. And this isn't AI. It's not AI, but it'll deliver it to you. So, and then they're testing. They can do this over long distances or through an entire city. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's a pipe dream. But far as like ordering and having little pickup spots at the location could work. My thing is when I read this, like how clean will those be? Like, is it going to get gross after a while? They say it doesn't spill anything, but like whatever. You know,
I don't like. Does it?
Yeah.
Though?
So this is great for if you're a DoorDash driver, you know, and you're picking up at this place, you know, you can do it real quick. So this is kind of technology that might actually solve something, but again, a person can just bring it out to you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That was going to be exactly my point. The guy in this picture, the guy could just walk out instead of having like, or maybe this thing is not even a thing. It's just a tunnel underneath as a guy walks up and just hands you your stuff. It's the same thing. What's the difference? I don't think this eliminates people even. I mean, this is one person at best.
How do you send drinks like that?
It's a little train. There's videos, so you can see it, and you know, and it keeps them warm.
Okay,
you know.
Okay, there's the
it's got a little
train
Rector
guy.
set there.
It's cool.
You know, it's kind of cool.
But imagine what this costs.
It's got to be $1 million
Right.
to dig a tunnel
Hundreds of
underneath the
thousands, for
building.
sure. Oh,
Yes.
definitely. This is hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million
yeah.
implementation here, for
Oh,
sure.
for
And they're
sure.
saying they're going to do this
Gotta be a giant
throughout
facility to use this.
all of Austin, Texas. I'm like, you're not going to get the
Interesting.
permits to dig little train tunnels all
No.
throughout Austin.
So is this? Oh, so I guess the interesting thing here though is like wider distribution,
Yeah.
right? Versus just like going to the
Right.
restaurant and parking right outside the door and having that's like wider distribution is a more interesting thing where
Sure.
maybe there's not a McDonald's like within 5 miles of me, but there's like these pickup things, and I go to one spot and I say, oh, I can order 5 different fast food restaurants right here at this one spot. So maybe somebody in the car wants Wendy's, somebody wants McDonald's, somebody wants whatever, and they can all come on these little trains to you. That's
It's a
interesting.
pipe dream.
Well, it's literally pipe dream.
Kind of on the nose with their naming there.
I think they know what they're doing.
On the nose.
I mean, maybe the last inch, maybe that'll work.